says intel suggests all of Iran's general staff, including the head of military, were eliminated in tonight's strikes on Israel. Or on Iran. By Israel. There we go. Holy shit. Okay. Breaking news, CNN, but let's see.
Israeli official. First, Caitlin, something I just heard from a senior Israeli official who says that according to Israeli assessments, there are very high chances that the entire Iranian general staff, including the head of the Iranian general staff of the Iranian military, and several senior Iranian nuclear scientists were all eliminated in the Israeli strikes tonight. I hear that again from a senior Israeli official.
Okay, great. So we don't have to worry about nuclear weapons from Iran now because all the scientists are dead?
Senior top Iranian military commanders, including the head of the general staff of the Iranian military and senior nuclear scientists, have all been targeted in those strikes. And according to IDF assessments, there's a high chance that they've been eliminated.
I mean, that is really striking intelligence, if that is accurate.
First, Caitlin.
If that is accurate, so what's going on then? Let's see. Netanyahu just released a video explaining why he's now bombing Iran. The official language is Israel is Hebrew. So why is he speaking English? Because it's AI?
Israel launched Operation Rising Lion.
Not because it's AI. It's because they want to communicate to Americans to get us to send them our tax dollars.
A targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction. They've backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop...
Why does everybody want to go around calling each other genocidal and then trying to genocide the other side? They're genocidal, so we must kill them. I'm just saying it's funny.
Nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium
Bitcoin's
for 9 atom bombs. 9.
75K, here we come.
Iran has taken steps that it has never taken before. Steps to weaponize this enriched uranium. And if not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger.
I hate these narratives, dude. Every single time they want us to go to war, it's like, this country's about to get weapons of mass destruction and it presents a clear and dangerous, whatever, clear and present danger. Like, does anybody else have WMD fatigue? I mean, it's been my whole life. It's just different people in charge trying to convince me that I need to spend they need to spend all my tax dollars on some invasion.
To Israel's very survival. 80 years ago, the Jewish people were the
just makes me not believe
of a Holocaust perpetrated by the Nazis.
This again? Like, bro, that was... Dude, that was like 60 years ago. That was like 70, 80 years. That was forever ago. Are we going to keep playing the victim? Is that what we're going to do? Every single time we're going to be like, and this thing happened to us 150 years ago.
Regime. Today, the Jewish state refuses to be a victim of a nuclear holocaust perpetrated by the Iranian regime. Now, as Prime Minister,
a nuclear.
I've made it clear time and again, Israel.
I just don't believe any of this. Am I just old and cynical and unempathetic? Maybe. It's just.
Will never allow those who call for our annihilation to develop the means to achieve that goal. Tonight, Israel...
It's not World War III. I mean, maybe it is. But, like, who's going to fight? Everybody's on Ozempic and SSRIs, brother.
backs those words with action. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's...
Yes, I'm saying they're all admittedly fat and mentally ill. Like, who's gonna, like... Like, it would be the lamest world war ever, dude.
leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program. Last year, Iran fired...
Atomic weapons don't really even scare me that much anymore. I know you said we made, like, making the joke about Japan, but, like, at least you're just dead right away. Like, what terrifies me is, like, those Ukrainian, Russian standoffs with, like, trench warfare and drones. That's what terrifies me, dude. But damn, I'm glad I'm in IT, because I know at least if it comes down to that, I can be behind a computer flying the drone with my Xbox controller.
fired 300 ballistic missiles at Israel. Each of these missiles carries a ton of explosives and threatens the lives of hundreds of people. Soon, those missiles could carry a nuclear payload, threatening the lives not of hundreds, but of millions. Iran is gearing up to produce 10,000 of those ballistic missiles within 3 years. Now just imagine.
Is that even possible? 10,000 ballistic missiles in 3... not atomic ballistic missiles, though. Just the missile part, right?
Imagine 10,000 tons of TNT landing on a country the size of New Jersey. This is an intolerable threat.
It just feels like fear-mongering.
Too must be stopped. Iran is now working on what it calls
propaganda.
the new plan to destroy Israel. You see, the old plan failed. Iran and its proxies try to encircle Israel with a ring of fire and to attack us with the horrible attack of October 7th. But the people of Israel, the soldiers of Israel,
October
rose
7th
like
was
lions to
crazy.
defend our country. We crushed Hamas, we devastated Hezbollah, we hit Iranian proxies in Syria and Yemen. And when Iran directly attacked us twice last year, we struck back inside Iran itself. Yet in defending ourselves, we also defend others. We defend our Arab neighbors. They too have suffered from Iran's campaign of chaos and carnage. Our actions against Iran's proxy Hezbollah led to the establishment of a new government in Lebanon and the collapse of Assad's murderous regime in Syria. The peoples of those two countries now have a chance for a different future, a better future. So too do the brave people of Iran, and I have a message for them. Our fight is not with you. Our fight is with the brutal dictatorship that has oppressed you for 46 years. I believe that the day of your liberation is near. And when that happens, the great friendship between our two ancient peoples will flourish once again.
I don't know, do you think it's possible? Like, so whenever I hear this kind of talk and it's like, it'll be soon, and then what's the idea there? Like, Israel defeats Iran and puts in some new government establishment. And then I think about, like, how fast people thought Russia was just going to roll over Ukraine, and that hasn't ended at all. And then I feel like Iran's a lot bigger of a threat than Ukraine would be. And I just don't know if that's like, I feel like this is just going to turn into it's going to remain, I should say, a never-ending conflict.
I want to assure the
mobile chemical weapon laboratories.
We will not.
Yeah, I mean, pandemic, right?
Not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons. And Iran plans to give those weapons, nuclear weapons, to its terrorist proxies. That would make the nightmare of nuclear terrorism all too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America.
We're gonna get a missile all the way from Iran to the U.S. I don't know. I mean, we got the Golden Dome going in place. We're all good, right?
Remember, Iran calls Israel the small Satan. It calls America the great Satan. And this is why for decades, it's led millions in the chants of death to Israel and death to America. Today, Israel is responding to those genocidal calls with action and with a call of our own.
So this
Long live Israel.
This is just Israeli propaganda to get America to help, isn't it?
Long live America. Our action will help make the world a much safer place. I want to thank President Trump for his leadership in confronting Iran's nuclear weapons program. He has made clear time and again that Iran cannot have a nuclear enrichment program. Today, it is clear that Iran is just buying for time. It refuses to agree to this basic requirement of peaceful nations. That is why we have no choice.
Yeah, you're right, Tin Man. It's spooky language. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, for me as a millennial and like waking up, you know, to the Twin Towers and that sort of stuff, it just feels like it's hard not to be like, I guess, numb to the whole, all of this machine of propaganda that comes out over and over and over again, right? Because it is like, it's just been my entire life. It's stuff like this over and over again.
Act now. The hardest decision any leader has.
And I think it's also hard to sell the American people on this too, because like the fact is like things are just not going that well here. And like we have other things to worry about, like keeping jobs and buying groceries.
To make is to thwart a danger before it is fully materialized. Nearly a century ago, facing the Nazis, a generation of leaders failed to act in time. They were paralyzed by the horrors of World War I.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is
They
definitely...
were determined to avoid war.
This whole speech is directed at the U.S. population. 100%. This is not to the world. This is not to the Israeli people. This is to U.S. citizens. This is to us. You know, if you're not from the U.S., yeah, I get it. But it's to me and you know, my people.
At all costs. And they got the worst war ever. They adopted a policy of appeasement. They closed their eyes and ears to all the warning signs. That failure to act resulted in World War II, the deadliest war in...
So, it's like... We're just doing this. We're just going to keep going back to like... It's like everybody wants us to just always focus on the atrocities of World War II. And like we're going to use it... It's like it's used as an argument to get people to do things that other people want to do. What is it? It's an appeal to, I don't know. I forgot the name, but it's always this appeal to empathy and, you know, justice or whatever based on World War II. It's like it's never like what's happening right now. It's like we're going to compare everything to World War II. We're going to compare the conservatives to the Nazis. It's like, it's exhausting, dude.
In history. It claimed the lives of 60 million, including 6 million Jews, a third of my people. After that...
It's not just that they're speaking English, David. It's that he's specifically saying, like, so in this speech, he specifically stated that eventually the nuclear ballistic missiles will be able to reach the U.S.
War.
It's
Jewish
pretty
people
clear
and the Jewish
he's
state
addressing
vowed,
us.
never again. Well, never again is now. Today, Israel has shown that we have learned the lessons of history. When enemies vow to destroy you...
I had a bad thought. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't even say my intrusive thoughts. But like, it kind of feels like they're that they're like, I'm trying to think of the best way to say it. Let's see. Maybe my example's pretty rough, but like it's like they continue. It's like they continuously play the victim based off of something that happened that wasn't even within their generation, right? Over and over and over again. And they want everybody to feel bad for them, but the people that were around that suffered the atrocities aren't even alive today anymore. I don't know. I think you can draw the parallel to what I'm talking about.
Believe them. When enemies build weapons of mass death, stop them.
But it's professional victims, right? It's exhausting.
The Bible teaches us, when someone comes to kill you, rise and act first. This is exactly what Israel has done today. We have risen like lions to defend ourselves. Over 3,000 years ago, Moses gave the people of Israel a message that has steeled their resolve ever since. Be strong and courageous, he said. Today, our strong and courageous soldiers and people.
Obviously, though, we should get rid of the weapons of mass destruction for sure.
Stand together to defend ourselves against those who seek our destruction. And by defending ourselves, we defend many others, and we roll back.
They will believe it, 10. And I'm sure in the comments later, I'm going to get a bunch of people that are super mad that I just don't even take it serious. That I'm not taking it seriously enough, right?
A murderous tyranny.
Did you hear we have army troops on the moon, Kontak?
Generations from now, history will
Israel
recall
has space
that our
lasers.
generation
We have
stood its
bases
ground,
on the moon.
acted in time, and secured our common future. May God bless Israel. May God bless the forces of civilization everywhere. Thank you.
And I'm not saying October 7th wasn't bad, by the way. I'm just saying it feels like a lot of propaganda to get me to send them my taxes. I think... this dude's face, and then just... No! No! Look, I think we just let the two guys in the bar that we don't know fight and we leave. I think that's the best plan. You know? That's what I think we should do. And build our golden dome. Okay, we're gonna have to be careful on Twitter today, huh? What else is going on, boys? Let me see if there's anything cool going on. See if anybody linked anything to me. I think we covered that. Oh no! Okay, yeah. We have an announcement from the White House, apparently. Statement from the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. Tonight, Israel took a unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran. And our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. Hell yeah, I like this. Okay. Israel advised us that they believe this action was necessary for its self-defense. President Trump and the administration have taken all necessary steps to protect our forces and remain in close contact with our regional partners. Let me be clear, Iran should not target U.S. interests or personnel. I mean, the thing is like, you know how like 9/11 happens and then they implement the Patriot Act, but you can kind of tell that they were already ready to implement the Patriot Act. Like this feels like they're already prepared to go to war with Iran, and this is just like, oh, we're totally not going to do it unless frustrating to watch because on the 18th day after the attack, I was watching I-24 News and they had Israel General on, and he did not deny that higher up people knew about the imminent attack. There's so much smoke and, you know, distractions surrounding all those things that happen. As far as like the towers go, I mean, I think it's pretty clear. We know now that that was a lot of people were aware of what was going to happen. And I'm sure everybody's aware of what's happening here too. You know, like this doesn't just, it's not like this just happened today. And who knows how much of a, you know, there's a lot going on right now though, right? Like everything with the LA riots, and now this is happening, and it begs the question, like what else, like what, you know, what else is actually going on? I think a lot of it's to, you know, I think a lot of the LA riots and stuff is a way in which they can convince everybody that we need to have the Palantir database system. Because I think at the end of the day, the hardest people to convince on that would be the conservatives. So I think like it's a good excuse to convince conservatives to, you know, give up their privacy for a system like that. It's like, oh, well, we got to get rid of the illegals. The best way to do that is, you know, I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. If you would like to see more from this particular episode, take a look up here. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me directly, you can go to sonofatech.locals.com and become a member. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday.